the return is a really good shot to have in your bag because you can get that team. You are in a defensive position. If you get that lob over that net player, boom, you got them running around, and now all of a sudden you guys are in the offensive position to win the point. So it's a good shot to practice. So he's going to be discussing everything that goes along with that. And on my court, we're going to do the, I'm going to be hitting second serves to you, and then you're going to attack on the second serve. You know, so they're going to be a softer second serve that rather than you guys sitting back and then waiting for me to move up to the net, you guys are going to hit that second serve and move on in and put us on the defensive. All right, Nancy, here we go. Remember, this is a second serve I'm serving you.
All right, I'm going to cross
a little bit more aggressive. Hit that ball cross court, treat it like an approach shot like we just got done working on. And there we go. So here it is. That's okay, back up, and go to the middle. So as I see the ball, I actually run past it and around it so I got some room to hit my swing. Okay, so that's the first main point. The other main point is a lot of people have a tendency to watch that ball bounce and then go right up underneath it and hit this shot. When you're swinging from up here, you really can't put much on it, and it's a tough shot to control. So we want to let the ball bounce and come on down, and then you can hit your nice lob. Okay, now, more often than not, your better shot is a cross-court lob because you got a lot more space. Help me out here. Length of court going diagonally as opposed to straight ahead. Okay? So one more time, I run around the ball, I let it drop, and then I hit my cross-court lob. So when you come up to this court, here's how it's going to look, guys. You're here, and you're going to hit yourself a volley, and then all of a sudden you can see the lob, you run around it, let the ball drop, hit the cross-court lob, I'm trying to hit it over the pro's head, and then I move on to this court to do the same thing.
Good.
Sherry, volley, run around it, let it drop. Okay, Lisa, right in the middle of that service box as if you're playing, as if we're playing a point here. Settle. Try to be as balanced as possible when you play that shot. You can. There you go.
Good.
Nice one, Brooke. That was really nice. A little bit more lift there. Whoa. And
There we go. Volley with your feet for that. Hold on in.
and into your head. Take the ball. And drag it down.
You're going to get
There you go, Sherry. Ball. Back down. A lot of times when we have our lob switch drill, we let the ball bounce over in the corner, okay? This particular drill, we're going to work on catching that ball out of the air instead of letting it bounce, okay? So two things happen with that. You stay on the offensive. For example, let's do one as we've been playing, the lob switch drill. Carolyn throws a lob, okay, I scoot in. Carolyn throws a lob over my head. Nancy lets it bounce. And there we go. See, they're able to get in position to play the shot. Okay? So now we'll have Nancy back over here. Instead of letting the ball bounce, I'm going to move in a second. So I'm going to close into the net. Carolyn's going to lob the ball over my head. Nancy's going to cut this ball off in air so she can stay up in the net rather than bounce and go all the way back to the curb. Okay? So here I close in. The ball goes over my head. She stays up here. Now we don't give up the position. Do you see that? Okay, now, one of the more important things here is if you're this person who gets lobbed, you do not want to, when you close in here, you do not want to go straight across the net here because that ball's going fairly quickly and you might get hit. So you want to get back and give yourself some space to play the shot. Okay, so here's what I do. I close in, the ball goes over my head. I actually move back. Now I'm able to play the shot a little bit better than being so close to the net. Okay? So that's what we're going to try to work on, is trying to get that ball, rather than letting the ball go up and just being calm and letting it bounce and you're scrambling to the tarp. You're going to try to sprint to that ball, cut it out of the air, and stay up at the net. Okay? So does that sound good? Okay, so
If you're lucky, that, I mean, usually
Yes. What happened? We're going to do it on both. Your question was, yeah. If you can get that ball in the air, you can take that ball as an overhead. Okay. Now a lot of times at a certain level of doubles, the lob will go over this person, so this person's playing a backhand. Same thing. If the lob goes over Nancy, I'm going to cut this ball off in the air. I not necessarily can put an overhead, but I'm doing my little half volley.
She's like, am I here for a reason?
Yeah. This is not your ready position to play doubles, okay? All right.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
It's just like whatever you can do with it.
Nancy was saying if you can get that ball out of the air and above your head, you can put an overhead shot on that, okay? But a lot of times the team will lob you to where this person's more or less playing a backhand. And then that's one of those high volley shots, which is tougher, okay?
So the idea is just to get it out of you.
The idea, the focus is, guys, is rather here, let's switch with Brooke, please. So the idea is now she's going to lob Nancy. I'm not going to sit there and do this and then take all my time, and now look what I do. I got a defensive shot, and boom, we get killed. So that's what we're used to doing. We see that lob go up, and we just nonchalantly let it bounce. So now we're going to try to take a more aggressive approach. They're at the net roll there. I come up, and I'm going to take it out of the air, and now I can stay up in the, whatever you want to call it, the heat of the battle. Or whatever you want.
The heat of the battle.
Yeah, where it's all happening right here. You know, we're going to stay up, stay on the offensive
But
rather
it's
than.
a short ball that you can hit like this, and you can stay up. Wouldn't she just hit it?
That's what we're having this person close in.
Yeah, okay, good question, Nancy. So here's the scenario. Carolyn is a lot of times, so Carolyn will be back, right? Look, you're there. So Carolyn's back playing the ball. Nancy's going to close in at the, close up to the net, because you're right there where you want to be. That's when she decides to lob, and that's when we switch and I attack the ball. Not let it bounce and end up back, okay? So when this scenario happens, it's when this person's close to the net and the opposing team decides to lob that person who closed in real close. Brooke's hitting the shot. Take this out of the air now.
I don't want you thinking of it as no.
Oh, you don't want me to hit it as an overhead?
Not really coming
Now you got her.
to me. Did you try to not let me off this baseline?
Good.
So the big thing's
So then you guys are in this position. The ball's right here. Lisa, what are you thinking? Thinking lob, yeah. So once you see that lob, guess what? You can take it in the air. Good. Win the point. Perfect.
So if you're at it.
Sometimes if that person gets a good lob, you're in trouble. Right, Debbie?
But see
Go.
how that's not an overhead, Nancy?
You did, so I wasn't doing it overhead, right?
Right, that was
I
right.
was really close from that. You did it overhead.
Okay.
But you did.
Let's practice this high backhand shot. Nice ball.